Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk Leeds. Hope you're all doing well. It's been one hell of a week, hasn't it? Before I get into my predicted lineup for West Brom on Friday night, um, just my thoughts on the transfer situation. I mean, we're all getting pretty sick of it, myself included. Someone asked me to share my opinion on if you think the 49ers were aware of what's going on. Yeah, I do. Of course they did. In previous regime, there's no way the 49ers knew nothing about it. They were, I know they weren't majority shareholders, but they owned 44, nearly half of the club, right? They would have been aware what's going on. 49ers were the ones who stopped Jack Harrison leaving for Leicester. So therefore, when he got a new contract, they would have known what was offered. But I'm not going to get into if I hate him for this, if I loathe him for this, if I blame him for this, because it's just a pointless argument, isn't it? At the end of the day, they own us now, and whether they knew about the previous regime, what they were getting up to or not, uh, they're the ones who are hopefully going to take us back to the Premier League. Even though at the moment it seems a trillion miles away, like it couldn't seem any further away. We've seen today that we've hopefully going to be regaining a bit of control. It looks like after Daniel Farker's comments that um, the contract clauses have expired now, so that means Sinistera and Adams, we have a bit more control over when they leave. Obviously, the Sinistera things, it looks like it'll end up in court. The situation with Sinistera, it's a complete shambles. Everything right now is a complete shambles. Um, but you have to try and remain positive. I'm not a happy clapper, far from it. Pessimistic. You might already know that by now, but no point of dwelling on it every day. We've got a big game Friday night, and it's one that, do you know what? I know people will, this is probably an unpopular opinion, but it's one that I actually think we can win. So I'm going to get into my predicted starting lineup now, guys. Yes, guys, I think it's going to be Meslier in goal. Um, he hasn't done anything terrific, but I don't think he's done anything yet that warrants him coming out of the side. If I'm being honest, yeah, it is what it is with Meslier. I think Ayling will be right back. My opinion on Ayling, like I'm a bit fed up of beating around the bush, because I know people like him, but you know what? I'm just going to say it. I think he's garbage. Sorry, I think he's rubbish. I think he's been a good servant to Leeds, and it seems like a nice bloke, etc., etc., yada yada yada. But he's not that good. He's not that good. Um, so yeah, but he's pretty much all we've got at the moment. Obviously, Drame. I think Drame's back from injury, but I'm not sure about him either. To be honest, I mean, there's a reason why all these managers haven't wanted him. So we need to sign a right back, but we'll get into transfers in a minute. I think it will be Cresswell. So I think Rodon will make his debut. Obviously, he come on the other day up front in the 92nd minute. I mean, what a shit show that is for a start. You might probably thinking, what the bloody hell's going on here? But I think Rodon makes his debut. So then I think it's out of Cresswell and Strelk. I think it's quite difficult. Think they've both done all right against Birmingham. And as a whole, I think we defended pretty well against Birmingham. I know they're a bit toothless going forward, but we've done well. You know, what we had to do, we done well. So I think I'll give Cresswell a nod for this. I think it'll be Cresswell and Rodon in the centre back pairing. Obviously, we've seen Leo Yelder is injured, I think, so it would probably be Sam Byram starting left back, which I'm all right with. I think he's done all right. Again, bit similar to Meslier. He hasn't done anything brilliant, but hasn't done anything that bad. I don't know. I think in time he will get even better. Ampadu and Gray in a double pivot. I mean, so far these two are probably the highlight of our season. Um, yeah, which says a lot when your two CDMs are the highlight of your season. I think they've done all right. Ampadu and Gray, Archie Gray, God, he's going to be, in 5, 6, 7 years, he's going to be £60 million plus player. I know that's such a bold statement, but I can just see it a mile away. He oozes class for such a young lad. He's quality. So I think it will be them two in a double pivot. Dan James on the left. Standard Dan James this season. I mean, before the season, I was bigging him up a lot. I was not going to sit here and say I wasn't. I was, but same old Dan James pierces through the heart, but never kills. I don't know. I'm hoping that he will find a bit of form. I think he just needs a goal or something. But his final delivery's gone a bit turgid again. His corners are shocking. Like honestly, I can actually put in a better corner than that, and I think most people probably could. So he needs to up his game, man. He really does. I think Ruta will be on the right instead of Shackleton. Um, I mean, just it's 2023. We've been in the Premier League for 3 years, and we've still got Shackleton playing right wing. It's just shocking, but that's a conversation for another time, isn't it? But I think he starts on the right, which I'm happy with. Paveda in the 10. Um, I don't know. I've seen the people being a bit critical of Paveda after the last game, but I didn't think he done too badly. Again, I think he just needs to run in the team to find his feet and Gelhart up top. Now, this team, am I happy with it? No, I'm not, and I didn't expect it to be like this. And I'm hoping by the end of the transfer window it won't be like this. But this is what we've got. But I actually think we can beat West Brom with this team. I think we can beat West Brom. Obviously, they lost opening day of the season and they won 3-2 the other day against Swansea. But I don't know if any of you seen it, but West Brom were 3-0 up. Swansea got back in the game and they're battering them at the end, but just couldn't equalise. I don't think West Brom look all that. I had a look at their team and stuff, and I can't act like I know an awful lot about it, but obviously they got Swift and they got Phillips and they got the Malumbi in the middle who we were interested in. They sort of play like a 5-2-3, sort of turning into a 3-4-3. Obviously a Corbrahan side, so they're quite fluid in the passing and stuff. And you know they're not a bad side, but even with the team that we've got right now, and even though we've had a week from hell, I think I've got a feeling we're going to win this game. And I'm not trying to be a happy clapper. I'm not even trying to give off positive vibes. I'm just being honest. And what's going on at the moment is an absolute shit show, right? It's horrific what's happening to our club. 3 years in the Premier League, all the riches we've cooped from that, all the the TV money, even the parachute payments, and we've been absolutely sold down the river by the previous regime. And Harrison's now left, and Sinistera wants to go, and it's an absolute mess. But we've got 2 weeks now. The contract situation's over. We know what we've got now, which is pretty much all of them's gone because all the ones who've left out alone have gone. Harrison's now gone. We know Nonto's probably never going to play for Leeds again. Adams looks like he wants to go, and Sinistera probably end up taking us to court. So when I say we know what we've got, it's pretty much nothing. So we've got 2 weeks because that team I just got up there is not good enough. It's not good enough to get us out of the championship. I don't even think it's good enough to get us top half of the table, genuinely, right? I do think it's good enough to pick up 3 points at home to West Brom as a one-off, but it's not good enough for the whole season. So we've got so much work to do in 2 weeks. And I see that they're working silently behind the closed doors. Well, start putting some proof into the pudding, right? Because they're working in silence. Sometimes I wonder if they're working at all. And this isn't me digging out the 49ers. This is just a concerned fan of the club that I'm not seeing anything. So, when you can't see what's happening, you think the worst, right? And when all we're faced with at the moment is negativity and matey leaving on loan, and another geezer doesn't even want to be at the club, and him training with the under 18s, and you can only think negatively. So it's hard to find positives. But I do think we can pick up a win against West Brom, especially with our fantastic support behind us. I don't think West Brom are all that. They got a good win against Swansea, but I think there was a bit more into that game. I think Swansea had 60% possession, had many more chances. I think on another day, Swansea could have won that game as well. So, yeah, I don't fear West Brom. I think we can beat them. I think it'll be an easier game than Birmingham away, and I don't think that was that difficult. So, yeah, probably get people out of me the day after the game when we've just lost 3-0 at home, whatever, it is what it is. But my match prediction is 1-0 Leeds or 2-1. I think we'll edge it. I think we'll win. Not comfortably, probably won't set the world light, but I think we'll go over the line this game. And then let's hope August can end positively with loads of signings. I'm going to do a instant match reaction on Friday night. Straight after the game, I'm going to come on, share my thoughts, and hopefully get all your thoughts. So yeah, get your comments in the section below, guys. What you think the team will be, and yeah, give me a prediction what you think the scoreline will be. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you again either tomorrow or a Friday night after the game. Cheers, guys.